So for today, I wanted us to just try out recipes that don't take too long because as you mentioned, most of the times women are busy. So we're going to prepare some oats. And so with the oats, it's very important to eat oats fasting in the morning because they're actually very high in fiber and oats also contain iron in them. But most importantly, actually this is the kind of breakfast that does not spike your blood sugar levels. So you'll find that most of the times people eat refined carbohydrates like the white chapati mandazi when people are at the office. I know they're going to hate me for saying this, but it's the truth. The moment you start indulging in refined carbs, actually it spikes your blood sugar levels and puts you more at risk of conditions like diabetes and weight gain and even reproductive issues. So we're taking oats because this is a healthy complex carbohydrate. Okay, so meaning when you take it into your body, it actually is not going to spike your blood sugar. It's actually going to be slow and gradual and still keep you full for a long time. And that's what you want as a busy working woman.
But oats are not.
Yeah.
They're not tasty. Okay.
Yeah. No, today we're going to make them tasty, right?
Okay.
So because today we're going to prepare the oats with some milk. For those of you who do not use milk, it's still fine. You can be able to use plant source of milk, maybe coconut milk or sesame seed milk. For me, I prefer sesame milk. Other people prefer coconut milk, so it all depends. But remember, if you have fibroids, you have endometriosis, you struggle with issues that are related to menstrual cramps and clots in your period, that means your estrogen levels are very high, and milk actually correlates with high estrogen levels. So it's very important that you reduce your intake of milk.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so now we can begin. For those of you who take milk, what we have here is about a cup of milk or half a cup of milk if you don't want too much. And so this milk is going to boil, and to it I'm going to add some cinnamon. So cinnamon is very important because again, it is actually nature's own insulin. So basically, whenever you eat food, it's broken down into sugars, then it's stored into cells. The purpose is for it to be consumed and used by different organs so that you can perform different functions. Unfortunately, when you eat foods that are very high in sugar, what happens is your blood sugar spikes and then you end up going into this dip. Your energy goes really high and then much lower. And then it also puts you at risk of conditions, like diabetes and stuff. So insulin comes and cinnamon comes and counters that because it's like natural source of insulin, right? So it's very important. Let's say, for instance, if you were to drink a cup of tea, make sure you add cinnamon to it as well.
How much?
Yeah, you can do a small spoon of this cinnamon. We're actually going to do just a little bit for the oats, but then when we do the other recipes, I'll also show you how to use it. Because this is also a tea on its own. When you put some water and add cinnamon, it can still be cinnamon tea. Fasting in the morning. So I believe our milk is ready, and then we're going to add the oats. Yes, please do, so that people don't say, "Oh, Quinta, she's just looking pretty." No problem. There we go. So we're going to add the oats in there.
Do I need to stir?
Yeah, just keep stirring.
Okay. I know someone who likes oatmeal. And she's watching us today.
Yeah, she knows why she likes them. Because when you take oats fasting in the morning, it actually gives you regular bowel movement. You see, most women struggle with that. They don't realize that they actually have constipation and these problems. And these problems are actually really bad for you. It's one of the signs, actually, for you to know that your estrogen levels are very high. Constipation. Because estrogen has a detoxification pathway. When you don't detoxify estrogen or get it out of your body once it's finished, it's done its purpose,
job,
you actually end up constipated. So most of the times you find when women have fibroids, endometriosis and stuff, they complain that they don't get regular bowel movement. It's because they haven't balanced their estrogen levels. So that's very important. And we're doing this recipe because it's very fast. And as you can see, the oats, most people can even do overnight oats. You can soak these, meaning you put a little bit of milk in a cup, and then you can actually soak them with milk and leave your fruit in there and put it in the fridge. Because you can still eat them as they are without cooking them. Yeah, but this is for someone who, because there are people who say, I prefer eating something hot in the morning. I'm not that type of person. I prefer eating cool. Okay,
person, yes.
I prefer cool, fresh things in the morning. I eat more fruit. I do a smoothie, like a green tea smoothie. It's actually better for me. So I'm seeing you're doing a really good job.
I'm doing a good job.
And then when it's ready, we're actually going to serve it and make sure that we have some food here. We have some other stuff that I'm going to walk you through. But we have to remember, as you prepare this, make sure that every time you eat any kind of carbohydrate, you make sure that your breakfast is also complete. Meaning, how are you going to get your protein? How are you going to get your healthy fats? How are you going to get your vitamins and minerals? So for today's recipe, because we already have this as our complex carbohydrate, we are actually going to add our plant protein is going to be sesame butter. So this is what we have here. Because when you take your sesame seeds and turn them into butter, which is a recipe we have on the Wellness KE platform, you can actually turn this into a butter, and it contains actually more calcium than milk, more protein than milk, and this is still a way that you can add a spoonful of it. We also have homemade peanut butter here. We are also going to add that. So you can take your weekend, maybe like a Sunday, and on a Sunday you can prepare this. You can actually take your peanuts, roast them, remove the cover, and then blend them, add a little bit of salt, and you'll have your very own peanut butter. So every time you eat something like this, you can add that there because it's a lot healthier for you.